Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I've got a little something different for you today. So I've got a paper pumpkin box. This is currently on clearance for £10. So it's half price. It's the Bouquet of Hope one. Now this came out, over a year ago now. And I didn't get it, but tenner, that's a bargain, isn't it? So I thought I'll take a punt and have a little look-see. So you may have already seen it because there would have been plenty of videos about it when it came out. But I just thought I'd refresh you, or you may be seeing it for the first time. So usually in paper pumpkin you get everything you need. It's all inclusive. So I think this one makes 9 cards. So £10 and he makes 9 cards. That's a pretty good bargain. It's always a nice sturdy box. And like I say, they come with everything you need. So you've got a stamp set and an ink block. And you've always got a nice little bit of tissue there. I quite like these things for when I'm going away. They're quite handy. I like to take a bit of crafting with me when I go away. Just going to get a little bit of white paper here, so we can see what's on the stamp set. So we've got a bunch of flowers. We've got sorry for your loss. Oh yeah, these were all a little bit sort of sympathy. We've got a couple of little dots there, droplets. 3 clusters of flowers, and then we've got sharing in your sorrow, thinking of you and wishing I could be there to hold your hand. That's really nice. And then I'll always be here for you. So some nice little sentiments there. So we got that, and I say we got a little mossy meadow. I'll put that in my gift pile for giving away because I've got mossy meadow. So let's see what else there is. I say I like these for if I'm going away. Now there's loads of space in this box. This box isn't too big, so if I'm going away for a weekend or a week's holiday or even a fortnight, this is quite a nice sturdy little box for putting a few crafty bits in. Those ink spots are really handy for if you're going away as well. So nice bit of blue tissue, and then there's everything that you need. So I will use the tissue for something. I use everything. I'm not one for not using things. So all come here. So here we have the instructions. So you'll make 3 of each of these cards, or indeed other things. There is always, paper pumpkin is a subscription thing that you get in the US. I think you might get it in Canada as well, not sure. And they usually, a couple of times a year, they release one that's available globally in all the markets, so including Australia and New Zealand. And Europe, and so this was one of the ones that was available to all markets. And normally about £20. And if you look at our all-inclusive kits, this is a good example of the sort of things that you get in our kits. So nice bit of chipboard there. So that would be great for a cover of a journal. So that will be going in my chipboard pile. And you have all the instructions here. Now all the instructions are in colour. So if you buy any of our kits, they'll actually be in colour. So the pictorial instructions, because it's fairly easy to sort of follow what you need to do. There is also written instructions here as well, so you can see what you need to do to make these cards. These will be glue dots, so it always contains glue dots and dimensionals as well. So you literally are just crafting. You probably just need a pair of scissors for snipping things. So we've got embellishments. So we've, do you know, I struggle with these. There we go. So we've got some nice black sequins. I like that. 2 different sizes. I like those. Very handy. Very different. And then a little bit of twine there. In it's like, well, it's thread really, isn't it? In Mossy Meadow. Liking that. Put those in there so I don't lose them. So we have our envelopes. So they are nicely lined, and we've got 3 colours to go with the 3 different cards. And what people often do, and I've done it before in I bought a Christmas paper pumpkin a couple of years ago, and I used the envelopes as a bit of DSP and used, you know, these for decorating a project because they're really nice. So you often get alternative projects. So so yeah, what have we got here? Oh, so we've got Thinking of You. Oh, and because this is for the global market, it's in different languages. So it's Thinking of You. I presume that's English, French and German. That's what I am assuming. So got 1. Yeah, we've got 3 of those, obviously, because it's for 3 different cards. So that will be for that one. So you can say it in 3 different languages, or indeed, because this is for the European market. So that's for French and German speaking people as well. So here we've got, oh, these are nice. So we've got 3 gold oval doilies. So they're quite scrummy. I would be inclined, to save one of these to use as a stencil in my journals. That's really quite nice, that sort of floral look. It is for this. So that's that. What else have we got? So there's the card blanks. Yeah, so we've got here, we've got these shapes here. Now we used to have a punch in that shape. So that's for going in the centre of this, for this card here. And as you can see, you get spares. So if you mis-stamp, I mean, it should be okay because you can see through the stamp for putting it on. So that's for the sorry for your loss there. So you should be able to stamp it pretty straight because you can see through it. And then that one is, I'll always be here for you, is for these. But again, you've got 2 spare ones of each, so that's quite handy to have. There must be another sheet, yeah. So you've got these die cuts as well. So you've got that strip of yellow there for going behind that card, and the bouquet, and you've got these flowers here for dotting around there. So you haven't got spare of those, you've just got the 3 that is required for the 3 cards. And then we've got our card blanks. So we've got these nice green ones, green stripy ones. So the green on the back and on the front. And what I would do is I would actually cut these in half. I would use these as a card mat on top of another card, so I could in fact make 6. That's what I would be doing with that. So then you've got this one. So that's very pretty. So again, you could cut this up and have 3 different ones. this is some printed vellum. That's nice, some gold foiled printed vellum. That's to go with this pinky colour card. So that's nice. So you get 3 of those, and again you've got these. So this is obviously, some of these colours were in colours that have now retired. So I'm assuming that is Rococo Rose, yeah, which has since retired. And it goes with some paper that was in Celebration at the time that this came out. I think it was at the time of it coming out in the US. I think by the time it was released in the UK, the Celebration had passed. I got a feeling I might have used up all of the paper that I had that was like that. I am looking in my retired DSP drawer and I don't see any. So I actually think it was a pack I liked, and I used it all. Oh no, she lies. I need to dig deeper. I have got half a sheet there, and I've got, oh, used most of it. Yeah, so I've got a few bits there, so you can see the it's sort of similar flowers to what's on here. So if you've got still some of this left, then it would complement it quite nicely. So so yeah, tenner, not bad at all. Oh, and I think that green is Just Jade, actually, that has just retired as well. Yeah, so that's Just Jade. So I'm assuming that yellow's Bumblebee. Yeah, but it'd probably go all right with cross curry as well. So yeah, so my thoughts are, you've got some, oh, that's nice. You've got some alternative designs on the back. So that's the ones that they give you to make. And there's some alternatives there on the back that you could possibly make. Quite like that. So it's, and once you've made all the kit, you've got the stamp set and the ink as well. Once all this is used up, which is quite handy. And it's always handy to have, I think, some sympathy sentiments, and it's always lovely to send thinking of you to people. So yeah, I think I'm going to give it a little thought and I might make something. So the cards are sized for US sizes, so they're 5.5 by 4.25 wide, which makes them the right sort of size for the any dies. So if you've got any dies like the contour dies, they will fit perfectly like that. So my thoughts is I'm going to get 2 card fronts out of this, and I'm going to use the envelope as well. So I'm going to chop this in half and use this as a mat. And I'm thinking I'm going to cut a nice mat with that, and I might do the same with that one, or I might do something different. I am going to split the envelope and use this as a bit of DSP. So I'm just going to go down without destroying too much. Right, so that's okay. I wasn't sure where the paper went to, and it just goes around the sides. So actually a much easier way then. I wasn't sure if it was on these bits, but it's not. So if I just take the sides off, take the bottom off, there we go. Then we get to our bit of DSP. So I am wanting to, I'm hoping to get that to make 2. So I can cut 1, 2. Yeah, so I could get 2 of these out of this to fit in the middle there. That is my idea. So I'm going to die cut 2 of these out and 2 of those out. What I might do is do 1 big one and 1 smaller one. That is my thoughts, and I might do it that way so that I have got a little bit of card for something else. So I'm going to get those cut out. Okay, so those are die cut, and so I'm sort of thinking layering them up like that. I've cut 2 basic white card bases, and I've cut this down to 5.5 so that it mats nicely, and I've got one for there as well. I felt that there needed something behind these to break it up, so I've just cut a little bit of basic white here to go behind. That fits in perfectly there. That measures. So I put this on the grid mat so that, oh, you can't see, move it up there. So that's measuring 2.5 by 3 3/4. So I just went 1/8 bigger. So I went to 2 5/8 and 3 7/8 because I just wanted a very small border around here, and it does actually fit perfectly with inside those stitching. So that was cool. I then thought about doing one on here as well, like so, but then I had a different idea. I wanted to use the stamps in the stamp set, so I've mounted the bouquet of flowers, and my thoughts were to put the bouquet on the outside, and I thought I just stamp in each corner, diagonally opposite corners, and then embossing white. That might look nice. That was my thoughts. Let's see what happens. So I've got some Versamark and I've got my white embossing powder. I am thinking of then adding a sentiment with maybe some flowers, and I was thinking of using the flower from the dies, and So I'm sort of thinking of maybe having it that way and then having a long sentiment. So I want to go these two corners. If that's going to be diagonally that way, I want these two corners for the stamping. So do that like that. And that one on that corner there. There we go. And then let's get our white embossing powder. I can't see the Versamark at all. Oh, that's looking good. This is totally magic because I can't see a thing. There we go. Yeah, liking that. So we'll just get my heat gun and heat that up. There we are. I'm really liking the way that looks actually. So we'd have that like that. That on the top. Although now I'm looking at it thinking, do I actually want that? Yeah. That flower like that, and then a little sentiment. So I was thinking of doing the I'm always here for you, stamping that on some basic white in Mossy Meadow, because that's the colour in the leaf. There we go. And I was looking at my pretty pillowcase dies, and there is this lovely stitched sentiment die there. So I'm gonna die cut that out, and I think that will be nice because it goes with the stitching that we've got there. So that's that done. And then we need something, I think, to balance down there. So we could, let's have a look at our, so I think I'm going to use that one in the other. So we could take this little yellow flower and put that down the bottom to balance it. Like so. So putting that to one side. So now the other card. So my thoughts for this one was to use this flower, and I thought of doing Sorry for Your Loss with this one. Again, I'm going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow. There we go. And my thoughts were the other die in the Pretty Pillow box dies is this one. So I thought I might cut that one out. It's another stitched die, so I think it will go well. So I'm going to cut that out. So that's that. Think about tucking that behind. And then I changed my mind. And then I thought maybe it needs a little something else. So I got out my bow punch. I've got a bit of mossy meadow. I thought maybe I could cut a leaf. Have a little leaf somehow on there. And I think it needs something else. I'm thinking, no. So I do like that yellow there, but a little bit of yellow on there, and then maybe a leaf on that one, maybe the smaller leaf. To give that one a bit of balance. Yeah. I think that works a bit better. So I'm just gonna stick those all down together. So there we are. They are two alternative cards. I have used one card blank, one envelope, and the top in for one card. So basically out of one card, I've made two. And with this card, you were supposed to use that vellum. I've not used that vellum yet. So I've got that for another project. So although the kit says it makes 9 cards, I could make 6 out of the 3 for this. Plus I've got the vellum left over for other things. So yeah, just by adding a card blank, a bit of cardstock, and I used a punch and a dies that I already had in my stash. So we've all got lots of crafty things. So yeah, it's just a nice way to stretch the kit. And I really like those cards now. And it's always nice to have cards like this ready to go, because when you get sad news from friends and family of somebody passing, you don't always, are not always in the right frame of mind to make a sympathy card. So having them ready to go is a good idea. And I sadly had to send one today, actually, but I had a card ready to go, and I was grateful for that. So yeah, so £10 on clearance, bargain. I'm really pleased that I decided to get it. I ummed and ahed at the time when it was first out, and I'm really pleased now. I've got this really nice sturdy box for the next time I go away, to put some crafty things in, to make whilst I'm away. All right, hope you liked that. I will put all the details with the shop links down below. At the time of recording this, it was available on clearance for a tenner. I'm not sure, obviously, but I will put this up quite soon, so hopefully it will be. Okay, bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.